I didn't realize when I met him, but my spiritual awakening, I call it now, was at the bottom of a pond in a dream sequence. It was so
Wow.
vivid. Not a guy who ever remembered my dreams, which made it all the more incredible to me. But I woke up in the bottom of a pond in a dream sequence where I had no air, no sound, no light, and I felt a presence at the bottom of the pond with me. I was trying to actually, at that stage of my life, which I described earlier, things had gone so bad, from bad to worse, that I really, for the first time in my life, wanted just to give up. I wanted to lay down at the bottom of that pond and actually was contemplating breathing the water in to make it go quicker. And there was a presence at the bottom of that pond. And there was a bright, white, brilliant, outside the darkness, not coming, shining in light that I set up off the bottom of that pond, off the couch in the hotel room. I believe I died of a drug overdose that night. And God didn't allow that to happen. I actually literally was so scared from that. It was so vivid and so real. I ran to a Gideon's Bible in my hotel room. I never grew up in church, never had opened the Bible, and started reading it. But it was Genesis and the chronology, and I threw it against the wall. I said, this can't be the answer. But that what I believed in retrospect was my spiritual awakening. But I still thought I was self-reliant and thought I could control things. So I thought if I stopped doing drugs, it scared me so much that if I stopped doing drugs, get back to the gym, and do one more big comeback, I could make everything all right with money and fame and all that stuff that I thought was the answer, which never was. I ended up going to do my debut back into wrestling. I thought I was going to fix everything. Didn't have my paperwork right from being in and out of jail, and got arrested in Canada at the border, strip search, sent back to Atlanta, and did 4 more months in jail.
Wow.
And I met a jail chaplain there, and who took an interest in me who I didn't want anything to do with. But he was persistent. When I got out, he tracked me down. We got to know each other, and I didn't understand what relational testimony was back then. I didn't know anything about it, but he ended up against whatever you wondered what I was doing with this guy, but I ended up becoming friends with him at the gym, working out together. I started asking him a bunch of questions about God and religion and denominations and all this stuff, and I didn't realize it, but my spiritual curiosity was alive and sparked at that point.
And did that dream that you were referring to, did that kind of bring things alive? I guess that seems like that was kind of the beginning of God really.
I didn't realize at the
attention.
time it was. That was me at the gates of hell, literally.
Wow.
And God pulled me off the bottom of that pond. Otherwise, I would have another dead wrestler found in a hotel room on a couch. Well, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about how that jail chaplain approached you. You know, you had got that Gideon's Bible. You started to read it. You didn't understand. You threw it up against the wall. You didn't want anything to do with religion. Yet this guy was persistent. I think this could be really encouraging for our listeners. This guy didn't give up on you. Of course, God didn't either. So.
He didn't, and most of all, God didn't.
Yeah.
And he didn't approach me with the good news of the gospel right away. He developed a relationship with me, and he was persistent. And I found out that I'd never been around hung out with a Christian person before, let alone a pastor. And I found out that we had a lot of the same things in our lives and challenges, and we became friends. He took me around to normal places, places I'd never been before, like Walmart and the Golden Corral, and amongst my NASCAR wrestling crowd. My people, and I thought my life was over. I destroyed my reputation, and here all these people were saying, Lex, it's so good to see you out again. And he took me around my fans. He was doing, by what I say, relational testimony. He just became my friend. I learned to trust him as a friend before he tried to share the gospel. Otherwise, anybody ever tried before then to share Jesus or gospel? I gave him what I call the Heisman, the hand up, the leg up.
Yeah.
I didn't want anything to do with it.
Wow.
Yeah, so he did it the other way.